Yeah, so guys, let me share my screen to you. Let me know when you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah, absolutely. We can
Okay,
see
done.
that.
Yeah, done. So, yeah, do you have any doubt, anyone related to anything in the last two classes? Okay, no doubt. So, guys, today we are done with some advanced step into Power BI related to this project. Okay, so first we are working only for category 1 data. So you have to remember for category 1 only. So go to this page 2. Okay, so this one, go to this. Okay, this is your main sheet of category 1 here. So last class we have done with this function like how to create this service period analysis. Okay, so how to create this one, because we have write a condition here, you can see not here in the backend. Let me go to home page, click on this transform data. If you click on this transform data, this window is open same way in the earlier way, and you can see here in the HR category data we have created one more column, service period, this one. Okay, so how to create this one column, which directly from the column from example, here add column. Okay, and the column from example, then we can directly insert the column as per service number. Yeah, so according to this example, see where is the example, let me show. This is the years at company, so we just write it 10 and in the right hand side press the years, so it will automatically fetch out the data as service period analysis. Okay, so now guys, we have one option here, let me show you in my example. Click on this practice file. So guys, you can see here we have one employee data. If you click on this employee data, open the file. So you can see here we have employee name wise data, and you can see total employee we have 2068, and employee name one by one you have all the employees name. So this table also we need to upload into Power BI. So how to upload? It is very simple way. Just go to this home site. Okay, click on this new source, click this text and CSV file, click on perspectives, and this is the file name. So you can directly open. So when you open, you can see the new window is open, same as previous step. See, this is the new window is open, employee number and employee name, and directly you can import because this data will be already clean value. So just click on this OK option. So when you click on OK, you can see here under this category 1, we have second file now. Okay, employee name and uh, employee number and employee name. So guys, here we have two options for using this file name with the data. So first option is go to this close and apply. Okay, click on this close and apply, and you can see in HR employee data will be ready into this data model. And if I go back, you can see and click on this data, go to right hand side, little small, you can drag and drop this value in this column, and now you can big. Now you can see HR category data and employee data automatically connected with employee, this one, employee number to employee number, which is talked about just a relationship. Okay, so guys, what is relationship actually? first you have to identify that what is actually relationship. So let me open this page. This is the example, manage relationship. And see why Power BI automatically make the relationship. I think I already told you to first go to this file option, so option and setting, click on this option button. So here you can see if data load into current file. So these two option is automatically checked. So on this basis of this, Power BI automatically make the relationship between two table. One is fact table and second one is dimension table. And now if I click on OK, this according to this checkbox, okay, the Power BI automatically detect the relationship. If I click on this OK, because we don't need a automatic detect the relationship, so click on this manage relationship here. You can see under the relationship you have manage relationship. Click on this and you can see this is the relationship done with HR category 1 data to HR employee data. And if I click on this edit option, so you can see the employee number to employee number is automatically fetch out the data, and this relationship is called as one to one. Why it is one to one, guys? Because in the HR category data also we have unique value, and in the HR employee data also we have unique value. Then it means these all are the dimension table included with the automate dimension table. Not, it is just dimension column, not a dimension table, because HR category data is your fact table, because in this table you have complete the data. But employee number or HR employee data, it means you have all this column employee number or HR employee data, both the column name are the unique value. Okay, so if I click on this one-on-one option, so there is a total of 4 types of relationship. So guys, before moving on the relationship step, I am asking you one question. Do you have knowledge about fact table or dimension table? Anyone? What is the fact and what is a dimension table? Do you have any knowledge? All one? Okay. So now I'm going to explain you what is dimension table and what is fact table. Guys, fact table is a table in which you have total number of transactions, including duplicate also. Suppose in the month of January, on a day one of January, suppose if you are working on sales department, okay, so you have lot of sales on a daily basis, and on January 1, suppose if you sold anything to the customer 1, customer A, in the morning time, then it should not be done that customer A only purchase in the morning time. Customer A also purchase in the evening time also on a same day. So suppose in on a day 1 of the month, you have 5 customer which purchase almost 10 times in a day 1 only. 10 times purchase from you, so that you sold them to 10 times per day. So it means total number of transaction you have 10 into 5 is 50. Okay, but in the dimension table means you have only the 5 customer. You have only the 5 customer. So 5 is a unique customer, but 50 is a fact number of transaction, which is called as fact table, in which you have duplicate value also, but dimension table is called as only the unique value also. It means customer name, which is customer A, B, C, D, E. That's it. Okay, so total of 5 customer, but on day 1 you have 50 transaction. Suppose on day 1 customer A purchase at morning time 10 a.m. is 5 unit of goods. 12 a.m. is 12 p.m. is 2 unit of goods. 2 p.m. is 5 unit again. Okay, so like this way you have total number of transaction is 50, but you have unique number of customer only is 5. So in which table you have total number of transaction is called as fact table, and in which table you have only the unique number of item, it is called as dimension table. Clear? Clear, guys? Anyone doubt here? You can ask me. Okay. So now we have to first identify that which table is your fact table and which table is dimension table. So on this basis of this, you can make the relationship. So here in this case, you can see HR data is a fact table, HR employee data is a dimension table. Okay, because here under the HR employee data, you have all the unique value of the data. Like all the customer, you have unique value. In all the employee, you have unique. So this one is dimension table. But under this HR data, this employee number is also a unique value because in HR data, you have this column employee data column only. This is the dimension table. Unique. This is the dimension column only, not complete table. Complete table is a fact table because you have duplicate transaction also, but duplicate on the basis of others column, not only this employee column. Okay. So now what we do, uh, instead of creating this relationship, if I click on this cancel option, close. Okay. So instead of creating this relationship, I am going to make this transform tab again. So in this transform tab, under the home tab, you have one option here. You can see in the right hand side, merge query. So merge query means, suppose if in your second table you have only two column. So why we have to arrange a two column and into your data? Okay, it will increase your file size also like this way. So click on this category one. Okay, and click on this merge query. So if you click on this merge query, your new window is open look like this option. And now you can see HR category 1 is your first table. Select the second table which is named as HR employee data. These two. And now you can see in the right hand side, select the column name which is unique, which is a common column. So this one, employee number, here also employee number. So it means you have select both the unique column from the two file, category 1 or employee data, and just click on this OK option. So when you click on this OK option, you can see here, it will automatically add one new column, which is the already show the data of table. After clicking on this table, you can just click on this right arrow, right and left arrow here. Okay. So if I click on this option, so you can see it will asking you, you have to select all the column from your table or just only common, not a common column. It means you can hide the common column because employee number you have already there in your main sheet. HR category 1 employee number is already there. So you need only employee name. So just click on this. You can uncheck this point without using the prefix and just click on this OK option. So you can see automatically employee name will come into your HR category 1 sheet only, not only this sheet, second sheet. So in second sheet, you have this option. So right click on this option, right click and just enable load. It means you don't want to load this data. Disable load will remove the table from the report and any visually that use it column will be broken. Yes. So continue. It means this table will not be using into your Power BI view. But if you check in this, you have in the last column, you can see the employee name is there. Okay, suppose if you want to change the column seed columns area, you can change the column also. Suppose under the employee name, if you want, so you can just drag and drop size again in the right hand side. So one by one, you can do just directly drag and drop month and drop. This one is employee number and this one is employee name. So you can see one by one, all the names of the employee are unique value as compared to the this employee number data. So guys, clear this step to you all, or you have any doubt related to. So this option will comes under merge query. It means we have merged the query between two tables, that whatever the column we need in the relationship tab, you can directly pull it that column into your first sheet, and then you have to make the further calculation. Clear guys
Uh,
here?
s-
Mhm.
yeah, I have a question.
Yeah,
So
tell
to
me.
merge two tables, so both
Mhm.
the table must be in the same format like CSV or Excel, or they
No,
can
no,
be in a
no,
different
no.
formats
They
too.
can be in a different because you are merging into Power Query, not into backend. Okay,
Okay,
you are
all right.
merging into Power Query. That's why.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Suppose if any file into Excel or CSV, then you can do merge query for any table or any format of the file. But the column name of both the common column will be stated in both the file. Then only you can do the merge query, because without common column you cannot do. Okay. Yeah, so now we are working something else. Click on this close and apply. So now merge query option will be done. Now you can see here you have service period analysis like yesterday we have created. So you can see, let me click on this another chart. Suppose if I delete this one, okay, and I am creating again. Select this visualization data here. This is the blank value. Okay, blank value. So now you can create, write it here as service period. This one, just drag and drop into your chart. Select this one, go to this bar chart, service period, and then you have employee data, total employee, which is this one. So select this, not this one in the value column. Okay, so when you select in the value column, you have yearly wise data, but you can see here you have 5 year, 1 year, 3 year, 4 year, like this is the way. And this is not a correct way. Okay, but you have two options. You can just click on this option. This is the three dot, and you have to sort by. There is a lot of option. Either you can sort by service period, or either you can sort by employee count. Okay, and there's a two option of employee count, sort by ascending or sort by descending. Suppose if I clicking on this ascending, so you can see one by one, increasing to decreasing, increasing to increasing order. Okay, but if I clicking on this option and sort by descending, so you can see decreasing to okay. So now this one is okay, decreasing to, just move down here little bit. Okay, like this way, and you can change the heading also. And how to change the heading, guys? You have to select the visualization, click on this formatting tab, and you have lot of option to change. Suppose in the x-axis, in the y-axis, you have the service period. And if you want the service period, then okay. If you don't want, click on this axis, little down. Okay, so click on off this title, so you can see the title value is automatically of y-axis. Same way in the x-axis you have total number of employees, so you can also hide this one, because we will write a heading on this basis, so we don't want in the x or y-axis. So just uncheck this point, so you can see value is gone. And now click on this title option, and you can see here we can write as service period analysis. Okay, service period analysis, and you can see the value is changed. Here the topic heading is changed. And now one more option, click little down, so you have option of font color also. Suppose if you want to change any font color, click on this white option. Okay, background color should be where is, like, click on this more, select this one, so you can see the background option is automatically changed. And now you have option to alignment, whether you want in middle and or alignment. This is the alignment of your data. Text size, if you want to increase text size, little bold if you want to see in the bold, italic, so you can see it will be changed as format. Okay, underline if you want, so this way you can underline the data, or you have also change the font also. Suppose I want in any other way, like this way, in this way I want, so like this way you can see the value is changed. Okay, so I'm not going to do this color heading. Background color I want white also. Okay, so move down, move up little, and you have option here, background, this one. So you can just switch off. So you can see your value is done. Now click on this page, click on this formatting, page background. So I want to change the page background, and transparency is 0. So like this way. And now if you go to this data, click on this title on, go to this, and you can see font color will be anywhere like this one, and background color little down, text size is 40. Also you can change the this data color also. So click on this, okay, data label, you can on. So if you switch on this table, just black one, so you can see in the right hand side you have a data like 5 year we have 130 employees, 1 year we have 122, 3 years 85, 3 years means 3 years service period, 3 year of experience. So this is the data of service period analysis by data. So now if you click down, background, see what is the option of this background. If you switch on this background, this is your visualization background, but if you switch off, it means your all the data of your will be running from this your background page setting. So right click on this, go to this page background, so you can change no color right now. So click on this table again, click on little board and shadow, and also you can change lot of color like data color. So default color is this one. So if you want to change, you can change the color like this. Okay. So this way is your service period analysis. So any doubt? Suppose if you want to change any visualization, guys, you can select this visualization in the right hand side, this T-shape format. So here we have a format tab. You can format your value any other way. First, you have to make the practice. If you have any doubt in this formatting time, so you can ask me tomorrow class. Okay, so now I'm going to done with and then next another step. So click on this table format, and you can see service period. Service period means year at company. This is the example. Year at company means total number of year 100 like this. Suppose if we want to condition, like if I click on this option, and you can see the total number of period is up to 40 only. You can always see the data. So as per data you are working. So we are going to working the group wise. So click on this new column again, and you have to write a condition, and condition always write with the some calculation or some function. So we have to write here a condition. Let what is the condition, guys? Here we have to write a service period group. We have to calculate on the basis of group. So we have to write here condition. So condition is, let me write it here, that 0 to 10, 0 to 10 experience you have under up to 10, okay, up to 10 years of experience fall under 0 to 10. Okay. The next example is up to 20 years, up to, you can write it here from 11 to 20. Okay, so you can fall under 11 to 20 years. Second condition is from 21 to 30 years. Let's fall under 21 to 30 years. And the next one, you can write a condition above 30 is called as more than 30. more than. So this is your condition, guys. Guys, you have to follow these three conditions. Like first condition is up to 10 year of experience. You have 0 to 10, 11 to 20 is 11 to 20, 21 to 30, and above 30 is more than 30. This is your condition. And now we have to write a complete function. So we write always a if condition. Okay. So if condition is what, guys? If condition is a simple condition that you have to write a condition with a logical text. Logical text means if year at company, you can select the column name year at company. If year at company is greater than, okay, greater than 30, then the result is true. What is the result is true? Then we need a value. If year is greater than greater than 30, then we need a value of more than about 30, or you can see here that more than 30 years. This is your condition name. You have to write it. So if you write it here, result if true, it means your first condition is done, that if the year of company data, row data, having a row value is greater than 30, then it means more than 30. Your answer will be more than 30. Now click on next page, next line. Again, you have to write a if condition, because total we have four condition. So we are using 4 times if condition. Logical text again, year at company, select, and now this time you have to write a condition if year at company is greater than 20. Greater than 20. Now click on this, result is true, is your answer is greater than 20. It means 21 to 30 years. 21 to 30 only, not years. We can just write 21 to 30 years. This is your second condition. Now click on again if. You have to select your same column will again, like years at company, this one. And if years at company is greater than 20, so now this way you have to greater than 10. So then you have to use the value of 11 to 20. Now the last condition, and guys, last condition, you don't follow the condition, you can write it as result if false. If all the condition is done, then the last answer will be, it means greater than 10. So last answer will be if less than 10, then the answer will be 0 to 10 years. Now first time clause, second time clause, third time clause, because you have to write one clause for your if condition. One, second, and third. Third if, so it means you have to close 3 times if condition, and just put this enter option. So you can see in the right hand side the new column, which is service period group. So you can see the data. It is fall under 0 to 10, 0 to 10, 0 to 10. Click on this right arrow. So you have only 4 conditions. 11, 21 to 30, 0 to 10, 11 to 20, and more than 30. Clear? Guys, any doubt in this question? If you don't have any doubt, then I will ask a question from you. From this example, tell me, any doubt? Guys, you have to remember, you have to think now. If you are able to think, then only you can do. Because if all the work I done by me, so it is not a clear picture to you. You can ask question. Okay. So now you can see I'm asking you from all. This function is correct. First, I'm asking you that do you have any knowledge of Excel? All one. Any knowledge of Excel function, guys? Brahma, Bhaskar, Pawan, Ritu. No. Okay. So guys, see, in this example, you can see we have write a condition greater than 30. Then answer will be more than 30. Yeah, we can understand. But you can see if I pull out the condition second one greater than 20, it means this condition is also follow this condition. This condition is also fall under second condition greater than 20. Okay, so why should this condition is correct or not? I am asking you, this condition is correct or not? See, this condition is correct. Why? Because Power BI automatically disable the first condition. If they follow that first condition will be follow first. It means Power BI automatically run one by one. This go to this year at company column, select always all the 30 value, above 30 value, and then write it here more than 30 years. And then if you click on this greater than 20, it means Power BI disable the column, disable the row in which they have worked always, they have worked earlier. So disable this condition and then go to this condition, then disable this, then go to this condition, and after that disable these all three, then go to the last condition. So it means if you follow anything, let me write it here. If you work on it, Power BI with any condition wise data, you have to follow from upward to downward. Upward to downward means higher to lower. Like 30 is a higher, 20, then 10, and then last 0. Like this way. Clear, guys, you all? So now if you click on this visualization report, just enter first. So it will increase your value size, and the fourth, all are done with done. So you can just go to this report, select one, click on this, copy and just paste. And now you can change any of the format, suppose this one. And now you can see instead of service period analysis, you can check here this period group on the x-axis. So you can see you have complete data that 0 to 10 you have 806 employee, 11 to 20 you have 115, and 21 to 30 is 31st, and more than 30 years you have only 9 people. So this way also you can analyze your service period analysis. Clear, guys? You have to just condition your in the background, and this will automatically fetch the data from you. You have to just select only those columns, service period analysis, and now your value will be there, the total employee, one by one. And now you can see in the right, left and right hand side, this value will be little lower word. So click on this, go to this x-axis. Now you can change the color, black. If you want to change the size, you can also change the size. You can see the size is changed. Same way, if you click on this y-axis, little down, change the color like black. Text size will be little big, so you can see the size is big. And now you can see for this one is not a correct. This one is correct. So select this, format painter, and copy this. So you can see here also it is automatically depend. So risk period analysis, this is year wise data in the a different chart, and this one is under the different chart. Clear? Guys, any doubt in your mind? Okay, no doubt. So now we are making of the dashboard.
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Sorry? Yeah, tell me.
A small question from you, like
Mhm.
I have practiced what we have taught in the last class actually, but what I got
Okay.
for the total employees something like 1,400 and something, and
Mhm.
I tried to change that as well, but couldn't do it. I don't know exactly what's the problem we are facing actually in there.
Sorry, you are changing the column.
No.
Mhm.
What you have taught in the last class actually, in the sense that the total employee, I used to get 1,400 and something for the
Yeah.
total employees.
Mhm.
Uh, but you got something like 961, yeah. So
Okay.
when I practice, I
Let
don't know exactly where I've gone wrong.
Okay, let me check. Just a minute. Just a minute. Click on this data. Key measure table. So select this option. Customer HR row category 1 data. 9 employee. Let me check with this. Okay, so you get 1470 data. Yeah, I know why. Because I have deleted some of the column in the this file. Say this file is little what I can say, less column of file, but your file will be have 1470 column, right? Because if I go to back, select the this sheet, click on this file. So total you get 1470. Yeah, 1470 is correct for you. Okay, because I have sent you this file to you. Okay, and I am working on 961 column because I have deleted some of the rows. Okay, earlier. And now you can see data is 1470. So your data, your answer will be correct. Nothing is wrong. Okay, so as per 1470, you have to write the function is correct. If your value 1470, you can see here in my data. Click on the category 1. So under this only showing the 961. That's why I'm getting only 961 data. See 961. That's why